Welcome back, comrades. Just gaming with Austin. This is episode 116 of season 1 of Utopian Community series. John, would you close my door? It's just asking my brother to close my door for me. That's all. Here we are. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. That's okay. By the way, today is actually the 90th birthday of Mickey Mouse, if you're wondering. 90 years ago today, Steamboat Willie premiered. "90 years ago today." Some of my great-grandparents were still children when Steamboat Willie made its initial premiere. Let's talk about Disney for a bit. Michael Eisner, the former CEO of Disney, was was basically the inspiration of Lord Fuckwad from Shrek. Lord Fuckwad. That's actually pretty funny. Lord Fuckwad's based on Mike Eisner. Katzenberg and Eisner, they had a really bitter rivalry, which Katzenberg ended up resigning as a result of that really bitter rivalry between the two. It's a really bitter rivalry between the two. And Katzenberg sued Disney for about $250 million. He used that money to found DreamWorks. Create DreamWorks. One of the movies was Shark Tale, which is similar to Finding Nemo. Ants which is similar to A Bug's Life. But the movie that insulted Eisner really hard was Shrek. Duloc is like Disney World on speed, with the mascot character of Farquaad, which is actually parody of Mickey Mouse. In the souvenir shop of Duloc. Then, Fuckwad gets eaten by a dragon, which is similar to Eisner resigning from CEO, with Bob Iger becoming CEO. It's really funny when you call Farquaad a fuckwad. I think it's really funny when people call Farquaad the fuckwad. And otherwise, Shrek makes fun of Disney. Another character that Disney did not, that Disney designed, along with his comrade Ub Iwerks, Ub Iwerks, is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Shrek is literally the insult to Mike Eisner. Brought up by Jeff Katzenberg. The most controversial scene in Shrek the Third is related to using coconuts at Prince Charming's dinner theater, which is obviously based off of the coconut scene from Monty Python the Holy Grail. Why there? King Arthur, I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. This is my trusty servant Patsy. Ridden on a horse? Yes. You're using coconuts. What? Got 20 halves of coconuts and you're banging them together. So? It's a simple question about... It's not a question about where he grips it. It's a simple question about weight ratio. A 5-ounce bird cannot carry 1 pound coconut. That's obviously my favorite scene from the Holy Grail. It's not a question about where he grips it. It's a simple question about weight ratios. A 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut. There's obviously my favorite scene from the Holy Grail. That's obviously my favorite scene from the Holy Grail. Imagine if you played Holy Wars the punishment due by a Megadeth only using coconuts. In the beginning, it'll sound like a scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Because in the beginning of Holy Wars, the punishment due begins the gallop. The song begins with some galloping. Oops. Weight ratios. If I was an English teacher and I was teaching my students about King Arthur, I'd bring Monty Python the Holy Grail with me to work. Because that's one of the best films. Oops. It's not a question whether he grips it or not. Simple question about weight ratios. A 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut. There's another film by Monty Python called The Life of Brian. A 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut. You're using coconuts. The humor from the coconut scene is that they cannot afford to use a real horse. Knights at the Round Table. Camelot. Join me at my court at Camelot. What'd be funny if coconuts were being banged together in Holy Wars, like to the galloping rhythm of the song. Why there? I like that scene from Monty Python, The Holy Grail. I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. This is my trusty servant, Patsy. Will you join me at... in my court at Camelot? Ridden on a horse? Yes, you're using coconuts. That scene... it's one of my favorite scenes from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I just hope YouTube makes all the Monty Python movies free. Like, with ad support. In a capitalist country, in a fascist country, the dictator rules the country for profit. Based on the ideas of Charles Darwin. Like the history of scientific racism. Which is what Hitler believed in. One of the songs by Deep Purple that has a galloping rhythm is called Hard Loving Man. Hard Loving Man by Deep Purple. It's not just heavy metal that uses galloping, but it's the most well-known genre that uses a gallop. It's also used in rock too, especially hard rock. An example of such is Barracuda by Heart. Coconuts are getting banged together. That's one of my favorite scenes from Monty Python's The Holy Grail. When people did plays in medieval England, like early modern England, like Shakespearean England, like they probably used coconuts to mimic the sound of horse hooves. But if I was a history teacher, I'd be watching the life of Brian with my students. If schools were teaching religion, they should have students watch the life of Brian by Monty Python. The same guys that brought you the Holy Grail. In sex ed, they should have students watch The Meaning of Life by Monty Python. the reason, then the schools in the community, this school in the community, which would represent, like, just like the schools in the socialist state, the reason they'd have plant-based milk alternatives is because, one, they're more shelf stable. They're in fact more shelf stable than regular milk. I'd like a world in which because some people lash out at the school because of how bad the milk or the food is. The solution to that problem is if we start serving up vegan options, like soy milk or almond milk. Or hemp milk. Milk that is made from hemp. The veggie burgers. Another milk alternative for human consumption would be breast milk. Like, they would need volunteers for that. To keep up with the demand. It's kind of hypocritical that vegans don't buy meat, but have cats. Because, you know, cats as a species are obligate carnivores. My idea on how we can secure your credit card more is what if we increase the amount of digits in the credit card number from 16 to 20? will make it harder for hackers to break into your bank account. For bank accounts, I believe that passwords, instead of them being social media accounts, I think it should go from at least 6 characters to at least 10 characters. Wanna know why? To improve security. In my eyes, I see Fox News as fake news. For the most part, it's fake news. Same thing with the Korean Central News Agency. The reason why they spread the fake news to their own people is to keep them brainwashed. With nothing but propaganda. The reason why tigers do not make good pets, for one, it is cruel. But pygmy goats would be better pets instead of tigers, because they're already small to begin with. And if you're a vegan, a true vegan would never have a cat as a pet. What we need to do is sterilize our pets. Or breed predators to keep the cat population under control. Because in my idea of mass resettlement, I do it as part of a rewilding effort to help restore wildlife. I wouldn't do it for ethnic cleansing, because Stalin did that for an ethnic cleansing program. For me, my idea of doing a resettlement is I'd do it to help with rewilding efforts. Because meat requires another thing that can help is if we all went vegan. We're going to help with the rewilding efforts. With the state-run cat food brand companies. There'd be like the meat would go straight to the cat food companies, the state-run cat food company, for the socialist state. Like in the socialist state, the power of the ruling government would be limited by the ruling party, which would also end up. The ruling party would also be limited by the people too. Like the party Congress would be the power of the Congress would be limited by the party. There'd be no gerrymandering in the elections, because that makes the elections unfair. Just like what happened in the 2016 election. I opposed the use of gerrymandering, personally, because it led to the victory of fuckface Von Clownstick. The political divide between the left and the right is a contributing factor to tensions towards driving parents to raise self-entitled children. Anyways, this is it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe if you love this video, share this with your comrades on social media. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and peace out.